While many recreational boaters use VHF DSC marine radios for on-the-water communications, and some even integrate Mobile Maritime Service Identity, or MMSI numbers to partially automate distress calls, additional solutions are worthy of consideration for help in dire circumstances, especially offshore rescue.
Electronic locator beacons enable pinpointing exact GPS coordinates of boats and people in need of rescue, and have saved tens of thousands of boaters in distress since their introduction in the 1980s.
The beacons transmit a digital satellite signal from vessels in distress and persons overboard to alert authorities of an incident needing search and rescue. They utilize a second satellite network for specific location fixes, providing rescuers with more accurate data to precisely identify signal sources. Built-in strobe lights further aid rescuers as they search.
For recreational boaters, there are two classes of battery-operated devices that serve this function: emergency position indicating radio beacons, or EPIRBs, and personal locator beacons, or PLBs, designed to use similar technology and function in similar ways, with the devices themselves becoming more alike.
When you activate an EPIRB or PLB, it transmits a powerful signal on the 406 MHz distress frequency to a global system of satellites, which transfer the signals to ground control stations. In the U.S., the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, monitors the transmissions. Ground stations process distress signals and forward their data, including approximate source location, to a network of search and rescue authorities, who in turn forward the data to local response agencies, which use their own receiving equipment to pinpoint the beacon's exact location and conduct rescue or recovery operations.
First responder receiving equipment includes direction-finding technology to locate the beacon using a second satellite signal containing GPS information transmitted from the EPIRB or PLB on the 121.5 MHz home frequency. Some newer units use an AIS location signal. The homing signal enables locating the beacon within 100 meters, whereas the 406 MHz distress signal can only localize its source within 2 kilometers, more than a mile.
EPIRB transmitters tend to be larger, heavier, and more expensive than PLBs, and are installed on and registered to specific boats rather than individual people. They will transmit for a minimum of 48 hours. Several features make them marine-worthy. They are buoyant. The beacons have LED and infrared strobes. They can be set to automatically activate when submerged. A multi-function clip allows attaching them to various objects. In most countries, commercial vessels are required to carry a registered EPIRB.
PLBs are smaller, lighter, and more affordable than EPIRBs, and are worn by and registered to individual people. PLBs are designed to be integrated into life jackets and alert potential rescuers of life-threatening situations in the water by sending a distress signal on the same official SAR frequency as EPIRBs, as well as the homing signal. Due to their smaller size, the duration of PLB's transmission is a minimum of 24 hours. PLBs typically require their antennas to be deployed and must be manually activated.
EPIRBs and PLBs must be registered in the NOAA Search and Rescue Satellite Aided Tracking, or SARSAT, database. Your unit's distress signal will then be associated with boat-specific or vital personal information to help speed rescuer response time. You need to update your data every 2 years, and if you transfer ownership of your EPIRB or PLB, report that in the database, with the next user then required to register their data.
Because the Satellite System and Response Agency Alliance are part of a global network, EPIRBs and PLBs work worldwide. Responses won't be as robust in countries where search and rescue resources are limited. So do homework and contact foreign authorities if you plan to rely on your EPIRB or PLB when boating abroad.
EPIRBs and PLBs come with long-lasting lithium batteries that remain dormant until the units are activated, either automatically upon EPIRB immersion or manually when a PLB is activated. Government regulations require batteries able to transmit at 20 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit for the minimum periods of 48 hours for EPIRBs and 24 hours for PLBs.
Because their sole functions are facilitating SOS transmissions, and they remain dormant until activated, EPIRB and PLB batteries can last for 5 or more years. EPIRBs may be rechargeable, but PLBs typically are not. Battery replacement requires sending the unit back to its dealer.
The battery will need replacing after any activation, although EPIRB and PLB manufacturers may replace the unit free of charge if activated for a life-saving rescue.
Most boaters will never need the SOS button on their EPIRBs or PLBs to be activated, but for those who do, it can save their lives.
Boating is better with friends. Thrilling and relaxing. Exotic as a faraway destination and as familiar as your own home port. Stunning and peaceful. On cruises, at raft-ups.
Where should you turn to get the most fun from a boat? United States Power Squadrons. We are America's Boating Club.